blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Oh. Strike, turn, hammer and burn, the bellows teach and the fires burn. Iron, oil, temper and toil, the forge ain't hot if your blood don't boil. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade to slay that evil heel, a sword that gleams like diamonds that can make the darkness kneel. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, and when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night.
And I love me a demo that has some polish. This is Blacksmith Ignite the Forge. Song is Blacksmith, Blacksmith My Chase Noseworthy. Very well done. Yeah, this is another Steam Next Fest demo. It's probably a little bit too late. Actually, I think it is still available on Steam. Definitely give this one a look. We're gonna get right into it. This is an RPG crafting game. We will be hiring a band of adventurers. We will be equipping them with our own weapons that we have forged. And I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. Basically, every day there are going to be threats that appear that we're going to have to deal with. If our adventurers die fighting the threat, we will gain chaos. If we complete the event, we will lose chaos. There is a global chaos meter. If this ever gets to 100, we lose the campaign. And so, in order to complete these events, we will be hiring adventurers. They have strength, dexterity. They have special abilities that modify the way they fight. You can re-roll them. You can upgrade your lineup. The number of adventurers you look at, their levels. But the main theme of the game is how are we going to get them equipment. We're going to do it right here in our forge. They started us off with some mithril and some silver. If we go down to the mines, we can get a little bit more. So now I have 1 mithril, 2 silver, a tin, and 2 pieces of coal. When I slot these into the forge, it'll show their possible effects on the board. And the way you actually get these to give you anything is you rotate these wheels. And when 2 symbols line up, that effect is now applied to your alloy. If I put the tin in here, I can get 3 extra damage that way. I can also get 3 damage this way. So by mixing and matching your alloys, you can make very powerful combinations. Right now we only have 2 molds. We have the sword, which is a very balanced weapon, very easy to make. And then there's a great axe, which has very high damage, but its speed is slower. Over here we have our shop. He's going to give us daily challenges. If we can make a sword that's at least fair, that also has a 20% speed enchantment, then we'll get an iron, a copper, a gold, and a bunch of money as well. So it's always worth checking out your daily forging challenge. I don't even know if we can do that with what we have. 20% speed? None of these have speed on them. Silver doesn't even have speed. So I think this is actually impossible. I can put a copper in there, but without anything to match it with, it's not going to work. Coal is also a very important resource. I haven't talked about it yet. That will come into play during the forging section of the game. So first things first, we have 100 coins. You will need an adventurer. And I think Bogar's Steel Sword here has a very high strength, very low speed though. But with Whirlwind Strike, he might actually be good enough. So I'm going to take him. And let's make sure we get him a very high-powered axe, so that he can absolutely crush the enemies. Damage. I'd like to maximize damage. If I rotate these, now I have crit damage. I'm gonna rotate again. Crit damage over here, normal attack over here. So I have plus 3 damage, plus 20% crit damage. With his Whirlwind Strike, he's going to be hitting everything anyways. And can I do anything better with the silver? Oh, I already have silver in there. That's right here. And it's as good as we're going to get. I'm going to pull the lever. That will confirm my alloy into the mold. I still have time to pick what I want it to be. I'm going to make the Great Axe because, again, I want the most damage. We're going to pour it in. Once you've decided your alloy properties, what kind of weapon you want to make, your ingot's going to head over to your anvil. You're going to start hammering away. You got the big square hammer. You have the smaller ball-peen hammer. This is going to make very gross adjustments to your mold. It's automatically going to try to fill out the mold as best as can, but with a big hammer, you can kind of squish it outside the shape, which is not ideal. You can see we're over the outline a little bit here. And as we're hitting it, we're also cooling the metal down. We're getting less and less effective hits. We kind of got things filled out, so I'm going to switch over to my smaller hammer. This will actually bend things back into the mold and also kind of fill out these edges. We went from fair to good, which is a good improvement. But we're only good. So I'm going to put this back in the heat. If I put a piece of coal in, it will increase the amount of bellow pushes I've got. And each bellow push adds 3 more hits to my ingot. 3 should be good enough, I think, to fill us out here. Let's get a hit over there, over here, on the end. And I did not do it well enough. One more pump and we're definitely okay. There we go. We got it to excellent. I don't know if I can go any better than that, but we'll try. Excellent is very, very good. Once you have it shaped how you like it, you put it into the quenching furnace, quenching apparatus, whatever you want to call it, and our weapon is complete. Damage per hit is 38, the attack speed is 0.6. It does an extra 3 damage and has a 20% crit damage multiplier. It says rune slots 0 of 3. That's not in the game yet. I'm sure there will be a mission where we recover our Star Forge and we can add runes to it. But until then, this is what we get. We only have the one mission on our map, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. It's the first steps. It's going to be pretty easy. We select the mission. We put our dwarf in the slot. Make sure we equip him. And you can see your final stats before you send them out. He's level 1. His health is 120. Durability of the axe he has is 100. He has a strength stat of 1.3 multiplied by the strength of the weapon, giving him 49 damage per hit. His attack speed, though, is very low. His dexterity is only 0.4. Multiplying by 0.6 brings it actually down to 0.24. He does, however, have a 6% crit chance, so slightly better than a nat 20. And he'll be doing plus 20% extra crit damage. I think it starts at probably 200%, turning 49 into 98. You add 20% on top of that, we're getting like 112-ish? Maybe? Anyways, we're gonna send him off to battle, and hopefully he survives. This part of the game is automatic. The timers show how quickly they're swinging. We are definitely getting outpaced, but we are absolutely crushing with our attacks here. We're also only fighting single enemies, so our whirlwind attack is not doing anything just yet. You can see the durability is also going down here. I think it repairs as you come back to the station. Oh, nice hit. There we go. Easy peasy. The chaos got reduced. There wasn't any to begin with. The weapon and the dwarf survived, so they got some experience. And then we got our 138 gold. He has to recover. He cannot go on a second mission. There will be times when you have multiple missions per day that you have to deal with, which is why having multiple parties of dwarves will eventually be important. But I think you can already see the flow. If this weapon was damaged beyond repair, we would probably sell it and then make a new one. If we ever need to buy ores, they're actually fairly reasonable. But we've completed our mission for the day. We're going to go ahead and take a nap. This will respawn our ores in our cave. Dirty rock. Gonna pick all this up. And let's see if we can complete today's mission at the shop. You want a great axe? That's fair. That has 20% crit damage. I could technically sell him this one, but I think this axe is actually pretty good already. And I can probably do a fair great axe for cheaper. This has 20% crit damage. This also has 20% crit damage. So I'm going to make a 2 strength alloy. We're just going to kind of slap it in there. Alright, we've got our crit damages lined up. We're only using 2 ores, so this is pretty efficient. And we only need it to be fair. Just in case, I'm going to double check he wanted a great axe. He did, okay. So we assign the mold. And I bet we can do this without using any coal as well. Mediocre right now. And we got it to fair. It's messy, but it worked. Like, it wouldn't even stand upright. So we've got our crummy axe. It's crummy, but it's good enough. It's only worth 40 gold, but for the mission, it's 150, and we get an iron, and a tin, and a mithril. It's absolutely going to pay for itself. If I need to refresh anything, I can get a gold and a mithril, but those are pretty pricey today. Let's see what we need for our missions. There are 2 missions today, so I'm going to probably need a couple more guys. This guy's going to get us a blueprint and a silver. I've got 288. Instinct is pretty good. This guy's got high dexterity. I think I want someone really balanced. This guy's actually just better stat-wise, aside from his crit chance. But I can't afford a guy, and a reroll. Oh, I can. 70 health is pretty low. That's a very good crit chance. And instinct gives him a 20% chance to dodge. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try these 2. And the loadout's gonna look like this. These 2 are gonna go together on the harder one. Right here. This, hopefully slightly easier one, we can send the single guy on. And hopefully he'll make it through. What can we make? I can make a fast sword that maybe has some good damage on it. What can I do with these 3? If I go speed, I can get damage. And then I can pick the sword. Let's make that. And let's do the solo first, because that's going to be the tougher one. The sword is pretty easy to make. Boom, 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 boom. Only fair, I'm going to make it a little bit better. Good. It says the sword is easy. I don't know if I believe him. Man. Get out of here. Maybe here is the worst? There we go. That one easy trick was all it took. Coal is cheap. I don't mind spending coal to make a perfect weapon. Alright, we got our good sword. That's a pretty good damage and a very good speed. That actually might be better than the axe. Alright, so we got 23 damage a hit because his strength is so low. But he's attacking 1.54, and he has an 8% crit chance, a 20% dodge chance, so only 1 in 5 attacks are gonna miss him. I pray to the Dwarven gods that it's gonna be good enough. Oh boy. He's trying. In 3 stages of this, I don't think he's gonna do it. The last one's gonna be a boss, right? It's gonna have multiple guys. Oh, it's just one dude. He might make it. Oh, he did it. That attack speed was what did it. That was a very difficult mission for one dwarf to handle. But he brings back his weapons, so we can actually use this again. I can put my big guy with his axe. I can put the littler guy with the sword. This guy's gonna be hitting everyone, absolutely crunching away. This guy's going to be hitting 1.5 times a second, and he also has the ability to pickpocket, so we're going to actually be making some money off of this. 134. We could hire one more dwarf just to be safe. Another whirlwind strike. Ah, but I don't have another weapon. I can make one. Let's do it. Move him back here. Move this guy in. Let's get another big ol' axe. And I can make it... I can add some luck in there? I don't know if I care about that. What can I buy from this shop? For 34, probably nothing. Yeah, okay. I just don't think these alloys are working together. Be like this, and then like that. I think is the best I can do. If I don't want the luck, I can put the crit damage in. Ah, I have 2 silvers, never mind. Alright, is what it is. Alright, there's our mold. I've got 2 more coal. I can buy more if I need it. But funny enough, I feel better about my axe crafting than I do about my sword making. That got to fair. Put it in with a piece of coal. Here, here, here. That's good only. I'll pay one more. Man, I ain't got it. Today ain't today. I'll get two. There we go. Excellent, is what we wanted. Alright, let's get to work. So, 49.24, 49.24. And then we got our carry in the back, plinking away as fast as he can. Embark on the mission. Let's go to battle. Boom! So it looks like they put their tanky guy in front. Our speedy boy chips away, and then these guys deal the double hammer blow and wipe the field. Bogar has leveled up. We have a new recipe. We have the Dwarven War Axe, which is the inverse of the Great Axe. Damage is weak, but it's very, very fast. No more missions for today, so we take another nap. And I think that's kind of enough to show off the game. If we ever want to upgrade our weapon, we can sell out an old one. If you lose a dwarf on a mission, you lose his weapon as well. So it's always better to be safer than sorry. Your dwarves will refresh every day. You can upgrade them to have them higher level at the start. Don't let the missions get out of control. See, this one has a timer on it. This needs to be done today. And then you eventually start getting new enemies as well. I think these rat guys have bigger AoE attacks. So the difficulty definitely ramps up. Building the correct team. Making sure you do your daily missions to get as much money and ores as possible. Eventually, maybe in the full game, you'll have the Starforge to add runes to your weapon, further increasing the customizations you can do. The soundtrack is great. Visually, it's appealing. The gameplay is fun. Maybe people don't like auto battlers, but there's definitely a strategy in equipping your guys correctly. So that's been Blacksmith, Ignite the Forge. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like the game, go ahead and wishlist it on Steam. Try the demo yourself. If you like the video, thanks everyone for... if you like the video, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening. Goodbye.